And Martina, before we discussed like when you started trying to build your brand, your name to grow your network. And I know it's for me it's a bit obvious, but in case there are people who still don't know how to do that first step or how to start, or maybe they're even scared. So what would you advise them, like how to start, like build that network, grow connections and everything? Because I know connect with people, comment, but if there's like someone scared or they don't know, what would you advise?
Being scared, it's a mindset issue. This is not LinkedIn strategy issue, and I completely understand because I was scared.
I was scared as well.
You of what? What have you been scared of?
No, like everyone, put yourself out there, what people are going to think. I would say
Yeah.
those kind of
What if
regular
no one?
fears.
What if no one comes and like my content? Like, am I feeling like is that stupid then? It's like, yeah, I literally thought before I hit this first publish button, I thought the world is going to stop spinning. Like everyone are going to stop and laugh at me. And that was even on my previous last workplace. And I was thinking like, wow, my colleagues are going to see this. How I'm going to, just come in front of them. They're going to all, say, oh, Martina posted something on LinkedIn. I was so scared. I was scared. Yes, what people are going to think. It's completely different mindset when you see from any other social media. And we don't have an issue to come on Instagram, maybe even hit comment on Instagram, because that comment most likely won't be visible to anyone in your circle. But on LinkedIn, it's going to be visible. And that is that fear, because we don't have control over it. Because if we are starting from zero LinkedIn, when you see this mindset, if we are going to post now and we already have colleagues, friends, family, we're not going to post. There's going to be a fear. If you're going to go from the scratch, maybe even with a different name, you won't have that fear because people don't know you, right? Yeah. It's in the head because we want to be liked. It's in a human nature. We want to be accepted in the society. It's like a animal tribe, but we evolved from the animals. So we want to feel belonging. It's natural. It's common. That's why even I see creators spend years on LinkedIn, they still feel that fear and they're playing safe. Yeah, and safe is not being chosen. Safe is being tasteless. No one is choosing safe. Even if you put like so great thoughts, so great ideas, anyone can Google it. Anyone can go in Claude and find out that. If there is no you inside, what is the point? I know to say, so what? What will I do with that? If I wanted to know about this, I would go to Claude and find out by myself. What do you have to offer more than Claude would offer me? Why should I read this when I can read this on Claude? Faster and probably even better version. It's not like just like these small posts, and I can even prompt to give me even more responses to elaborate.
Faster and easier, I know.
And yes, and it's per my pace. I might, ask about something else in the same time. But if you give me your expertise, how did you feel along the way? What are the signals that you noticed during that issue problem? How did you solve it? Because it's easy, to ask Claude, give me steps how I can solve this issue. But that Claude doesn't have your expertise once you tried it once. And this is where you share your experience with others. Same way, and it's not some rocket science, I know to say, the same way as you would after that tough day, you would call your friend, you will call your mama, and you will say, you won't believe what happened to me today. Boss threw me in the fire. I think it was on purpose. Look what he gave me today. And at the end of a day, he even thanked me publicly. Wow, seriously? What a story. Definitely way, way better than it would come from Claude. Did you notice
Yeah,
this as
yeah.
well?
You mean like when you share your own experience or at some kind of, yeah, of course. It's, I mean, after all, that's the reason why I follow someone. I can go to, as you said, Claude or any other AI for information, but I follow the person because maybe I like the way they write. I like kind of unique approach or perspective they add to that content. So I agree. I think it also answered one of my next questions is, how to stand out on the platform, which you said perfectly. You need to be unique. You need to be yourself and just something different because there is competition, there is AI, there are other people. So you need to have something unique. And
I know even to say there is no competition because you are one in a billion. No one is like you.
that's a good point. Yeah.
So there is no
But not everyone
competition.
realizes that.
Yes. There is no one like you. It took me a while. I won't deny. It took me a while to open myself. Even after I was named the top creator in the UAE, even at that point, I wasn't feeling fully myself. There was still that fear. And also, I see that fear. What if I open myself too much and I repel people? What if I won't have enough deals? What if I will limit myself with clients, with possible employers? All valid fears. I had them too. But the thing is that months of playing that game brought me zero clients, zero deals. As soon as I opened myself, over the night, I have no idea, over the night, pipeline opened. It's not over the night. Obviously, I was building my content, but I still wasn't myself. As soon as I let go my voice, and when I started even recording lives, like for example, this one podcast, people could connect with me more. Because one thing is placing a random photo or placing even a photo of yourself. And another
Yeah.
thing is when people can feel it, when people can see your energy, your persona. They see like, oh, this is not a random person. It's not like
Mhm.
that she's like alien. No, she's normal. I
Yeah,
know.
you're right, because I can feel it as well. That it's different when you see photos or just posts or the profile, and then you actually speak with someone like we are now, because it's a completely different. It's, I don't know, not hard to describe, but just like different interaction. Although of course it's not in person, but it's online. But it's just different than looking at the photos and everything. So it was a great point, and I agree.
That's what people don't understand about LinkedIn. Treat it as you would speak to a friend. Of course, to a friend, you're never aggressive, you're never rude, you're appreciating your friend. The same way LinkedIn works. This is networking. Imagine you're standing in front of your best friend. That's how you're going to write a comment. That's how you're going to write a post, as you would talk to a friend, your best friend. That's the entire philosophy in one word: friend. Everything. Because when you see friend creates trust. But if you're playing like you're talking to a president of the country and you're trying to perform, it won't land. You don't need to be someone else who you are not.